Everybody, welcome back to another episode of Pardon the Distraction. I'm DJBluePDX here with the Lost Drake, and there's one person in this group who's been awake for a total of 30 minutes.
It's not me for a change.
I know.
I'm actually on point today.
Can I just say daylight savings time?
Yeah, yeah, because we're no longer on the same time schedule. And we actually were trying to figure this out the other day. When Arizona, because Arizona's had its own time, because we have the correct time, nobody else does. Everybody is basically getting good and becoming us. But here is the funny thing, though.
Then explain your politics.
Well, we're not going to talk about politics. But what we will say is, which, by the way, everybody tomorrow, make sure you guys go out and vote.
Yeah,
everybody,
get your asses out there and vote.
Everybody, if you want to make a change, go vote. I don't care what party you're with, just fucking vote. Make sure you vote for good people that are going to benefit not only your community, but everyone around you and this country, because this country is a shit show right now, and everybody needs to go out and vote. All right, there's my plug for voting. But daylight savings time, when it shifts next November, does Arizona, because we always shifted with Pacific Standard Time. So basically, up until Sunday, we were Pacific Standard Time. Now we're back on Mountain Standard Time, which basically separated me and DJ by an hour. So will Arizona stay as PST or MST? If anybody fucking knows this question or knows the answer to it, please let me know, because it doesn't really matter to me either way, because nothing changes for us. Our time doesn't change. It doesn't go forward or back or anything. But for everybody else in the world, you know, about time you caught up. All right, let's go.
Wow.
Which I found out Hawaii is the same way too.
Well, yeah, they don't care. They're constantly surrounded by the sun.
Yeah,
they don't give up.
They're on the equator. They're on the equator. They're just living their lives at 75 degrees year round.
Yep. The occasional tsunaami. Mm-hmm. There you go.
Or a volcano.
Nothing to worry about. Yeah, also
or
that.
6. But the new island just popped up. I found that out. They got a brand new island. It actually just surfaced, and within 10 years, it's going to be fully populated.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Nothing says fun like not being able to grow grass and falling on lava rock.
Hey, look, lava rock is fun, okay? It's porous. Unless you have that weird,
fear of holes thing.
Fear of hole thing. Yeah, what is that called?
I don't know, but it's awkward.
Yeah. You just stare at holes and you're like, ugh, and you start gagging and shit. Like, what the fuck?
Dude, I knew a guy who had a problem with cotton balls.
See, everybody has their weird quirks.
They freaked him out, and I was like, dude, but now granted, this is also the same guy who's like high his entire life. I don't think he slept more than about 3 hours a month. And yeah.
Well, I mean, like me, like I have a weird thing with bristles. Like, I can't do it. It'll literally make me projectile vomit. If you like took a toothbrush and brushed your teeth in front of me, I would throw up. It's weird. So I can't brush my teeth with a toothbrush. I have to use a rubber, like, dentist one. And it's super expensive, and it sucks, because when it breaks, I got to spend, like, $1,200 on a toothbrush. It's fucking stupid. I hate it. but, you know, hey, what are you going to do? But, so this week is a crazy week. We've got a lot of stuff going on. Obviously, it's Veterans Day at the end of this week, which is also... everybody out there who served in the military. Both of us are vets as well. So anybody who is out there that served our country, or who has family members in the service, or you maybe have lost somebody overseas, or, you know, from forever ago. I mean, obviously World War II was a long time ago, but everybody has their stories. So obviously Friday is a big day to remember veterans, support them. And
sadly, I will not be streaming that day.
Yeah,
I'll be down in Hollywood for the fundraiser.
I will not be streaming either, because I will be in
You'll
Hawaii.
be in Hawaii.
Yes, Hawaii.
Well, because it's your birthday. You're finally turning into an adult this week.
Yeah, I'm turning 25.
2 days.
12 mentally.
Lies.
Yeah.
Lied.
No,
Well, that's correct. That's
yeah,
accurate.
12 mentally. Yes, definitely. That is true. You can ask my wife. She'll definitely vouch for that one. But yes, I turned the big 4-0 this Wednesday, and I'm doing a big subathon for it, and it starts tomorrow at 10 a.m. and we're basically going to be streaming for 48 hours, and I set all these crazy goals where I have to eat these things. By the way, did you get these? Did they send you these?
No,
chance?
they haven't sent me. They sent me a couple chills and nothing else.
Reach out to her and
What are they?
Get some update. So I guess in Egypt there.
Oh, no! Those are the cockroach things.
No, they're not cockroaches. They're locusts.
Okay.
Just as gross. They're giant, basically grasshoppers. Giant ass grasshoppers, and they, I guess, are extremely healthy for you. And I'm looking at all the contents in it, and it's like they're super healthy. Like basically, like this is like if
You have a thing about bristles. I have a thing about living insects in my mouth.
well, it's not living. They're dead. They're like freeze
They
dried.
are.
Or
They.
whatever the fuck.
Oh, that's not even helping
so,
at all.
So I actually opened it up just to smell it, and with it sealed, it still stinks.
No, then why would I ask
What?
for some?
So
Why would I ask for some?
So this is what I did just to kind of like, because I'm trying to hit goals and I'm trying to raise money for Hawaii and also my birthday and everything else. So I was like, you know what? If we hit my donation goal, I was like, I'll eat 2 of these live on stream. And then everybody else is like, well, what happens if we hit your sub goal? Would you eat 4 of them? And I'm like, sure, fine. So I may have to eat 6 of these depending on how everything goes over the next 2 days. I am not looking forward to it, but I will tell you this: I would rather eat this over the 1-chip challenge any day.
Oh God, yeah.
Because I already did that, and that was horrible.
I found a beautiful bottle of Scotch bonnet sauce that I forgot I'd used back on Mixer.
Yeah.
And anybody who knows anything about Scotch bonnets, they only get hotter over time.
Yep.
That's it. They only go one direction.
Yep.
So I have this bottle, and I think I'm going to be doing that for my November sub challenge. Is once we hit certain goals on top of the giveaways that I'm doing,
Nice.
I'm gonna do. Speaking of which, yeah. So we hit the one. By the way, we hit 150. So I gave away the G413.
Oh, nice.
And then I've got the breast cancer edition pink, Pro Superlight. This is the red
nice.
one with the pink ones over there.
Yeah.
And to give away at 300, and then at 500, I'm giving away a League of Legends Logitech Pro keyboard.
Oh, nice.
Like, this thing is fully fucking designed.
Nice.
It's beautiful. And honestly, I love it, but I use the 915s because they're lower. They're just easier for my fingers to use.
You know what we should do, and I don't know why we haven't done this yet. We should actually put together a giveaway thing for the podcast, and
We could do that, yeah.
and do some cool giveaways with our sponsors, because between both of us, we have so many cool sponsors and people that support us. And I think it'd be really cool if we did like some really cool stuff, like if we hit certain goals, like if we hit certain markers, if we hit the 4,000, view watch hours, all those things. Like we do some really cool giveaways, and then we make the announcement, and then the next following podcast we announce the winner, and we just randomly pick it. I think that would be really cool. It would also draw some attention to us, and I think that might be a really cool idea. So what are you pointing at? Oh, the Twitch.
You can see through my
Dude,
sweater.
I actually love that Twitch hoodie. Like, I really do.
Yeah, this
It's
is
really
my first
comfortable.
time wearing it. I forgot I had it.
Yeah.
I pulled it out of my. I had a pile of new clothes and things that
All from TwitchCon?
from like TwitchCon and from CLX
Packs
and
and
from
everything
Logitech
else, yeah.
and stuff. And
Yeah.
so I put them in the stack in this one. It's not even a clean area of the room. It's literally at the foot of the bed. My room is it doesn't matter. And I thought I was gonna put something on. I was like,
Doesn't matter.
doesn't matter. It's too embarrassing to talk about.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm gonna have to have like 3 friends in a dumpster because there's so much shit I need to get. Like,
Well, I know
a lot
you
of
said
it
you
ends-
have like so many boxes and giveaways and
I
like all
have-
kinds of shit.
Oh God, I have shit from TwitchCon 2017, 2016, 2015 in my room.
Sir.
I have
Sir.
shit from RTX 2015 in there.
Sir.
I know.
Stop being a pack rat.
I know.
Look, and that's coming from somebody who never throws shit away, because literally Nay gets so pissed at me all the time. She literally goes, if you're not gonna wear it, why even keep it? Just throw it away or donate it. And I'm like, but I won that. And she's like, you don't need it. And I'm like, yes, I do. I want that. I need it.
See, I have clothing, like I can't get rid of any of my mixer stuff. Yeah. I just can't.
Yeah.
That's also 140 pieces of clothing that have mixer on.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got to figure out a fucking way to get mixer off of them.
Well, you know, the funny thing is there's an actually easy way to do that. All you have to do is heat them up and then they should pull right off. If they were heat pressed, they come off really easily. You just got to heat them up. So
I just got to not burn the fabric that I'm
you just
up.
take a towel, you take an iron and you just heat it the fuck up. And then you
with or without steam?
With steam. Yeah, because the steam will break it loose from the fabric. And then you just leave it on there, and you should be able to just pull it off because it'll heat up the glue again, basically, and you just pull it right off.
And hopefully not heat up my DJBluePDX on there.
Well, yeah, no, well, yeah, no. Well, I mean, it depends on what it is. If it's on the sleeve and it's just like the mixer logo, you know, because I have a lot of stuff like that too. Like I have like one of my Republic of Gamer, I got one of the Metathread jackets, and I took the mixer stuff off of it because I liked it because it said Lost Drake all the way down the sleeve, and I did like that jacket. It was all red and black.
I love that. I still have that.
Yeah. That's like one of my favorite jackets I got from them. But it's a different material, but it came off really easily. Like I just did the towel and I heat it up. Just make sure you don't do it too long, because then it'll, especially on that type of material, it'll melt the fabric. Yeah. So, but yeah, no. Cool. And well, 101. If you guys ever want to remove a vinyl from
I've almost
screen
forgot
press,
we're actually on. Our podcast right now. We're just over here shooting the shit like normal. Okay.
Yeah, whatever. Well, it's the same shit. But yeah. So I mean, but no, I definitely feel you on that. Like, and I'm sure a lot of people do. They go to these events and they hoard this stuff, and especially as content creators, like E3, dude. Yeah. I walk out of there with like $3,000 worth of merch and swag, and dude, it's every single time. And I only spend like $300 because the vendors are just giving us shit. I remember Dying Light. They gave us those statues. And and then we went into Cyberpunk and they gave us those jackets and like, I mean, it's just like you get so much stuff. And when you get home, you're like, holy shit, like I have so much stuff. And a lot of it too is like digital codes and stuff like that. And the worst thing as a content creator, I feel like, is when you get all those digital codes, right? You get everything and you go home and you have every intention to give them away. Yeah. And you forget that you have them. And then they expire, and you're like, fuck. Like, you have, like, 4 stacks of, like, 3-month cards for Xbox, and you're like,
and then they expire. Shit. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me right now?
Yeah, they expire
like,
after 30 days, and you're like, shit. Because they do that on purpose to make sure that, like, you know, hey, get people on and do it, you know, so. But, yeah, I mean, we've got a crazy week in gaming anyway this week. So I am going to be working with Techland, and I actually just reached out to them this morning, and I think DJ is going to be included in this campaign. And I hope it all works out and we get it sorted out. Either way, we're going to be playing it on Thursday, and we're going to be playing the brand new expansion DLC. And it's gonna be kind of cool too, because DJ is kind of doing like he's just like Hail Mary doing streams this week. He's like, yeah, you know, I got nothing going on Tuesday. I'll come play games. So obviously, you know, I'm gonna be doing my subathon. It starts at 10 a.m. tomorrow, and I'm basically going for that full 48 hours. So I'm basically going from 10 o'clock in the morning. It's actually a little less than 48 hours, but still, I'm gonna be streaming all day Wednesday, all day Tuesday, all day Wednesday for my birthday. Then Thursday we're doing the Techland stream with Dying Light 2, and the new DLC, which will be really fun. And DJ's got to carry my ass because I had an issue with the game originally with Vertigo because the transitions of like running up the walls and grabbing stuff, it was too quick motion. But they added some recent accessibility options, and I was able to alter that, and now I can play it. So that's fun. But then we tried to play it last week, and we couldn't because we found out that it's not cross-play. Between console and PC. Yeah. So we were like, oh shit. So then I had to reach out to them, and then they've been really awesome.
It's cross-play, just not cross-platform.
Yeah, cross-platform. Yes, there you go.
So consoles can play with each other.
Yes.
PC and Stadia can play with each other.
So it's cross-progression. So let me ask you this. So all my Xbox stuff, if I loaded it up on Steam, I would be in the same exact spot?
Are you signed into your Epic account in the game, or your Techland GG account?
I believe so. Yes.
Then I don't know. I'll have to check. I want.
We
No,
keep
I think it was.
this game
It
is
was
throwing
Epic.
us
No,
so
it's
many
Epic.
curveballs.
It's Epic Games, but it's Epic Games is the one pushing it, right?
I think Epic and I think it's on Steam too. So yes, it could be both.
Okay, so
my Steam account is
on
connected.
Steam. I had to sign into Epic anyways on Steam.
Okay.
So I would say that
It should. It should.
it should, but just
But we also
make
thought
sure.
thinking about crossplay too. So whatever. But but anyway, either way, we're gonna be playing it on Thursday. We'll figure out the situation and we'll get everything sorted. But Thursday, me and DJ will be playing that, and then it was kind of funny too because we didn't even get to play it on Friday. We were going to, so he could level me up and get me through and get me caught up to where we needed to be, where the DLC starts.
Yes.
And
Which is finishing the campaign.
so no, it's right where you get the glider. That's where the DLC, and you'll be able to pick up the quest after you get the glider, the paraglider.
Okay, and I've got my paraglider.
So I don't know how far that is into the game. I'm assuming it's not too far because you would need the paraglider to like get around and traverse. So I don't know how long that is. But either way, like with DJ having all the weapons and everything, he can just like farm me through and we'll get through it really fast, get to where we need to be. Plus, on top of it, I get some cool achievements, so I'm okay with that.
Yep, and I got some fun. I've got some fun weapons for you.
Nice.
I got some cool stuff that the wonderful people at Techland have given me since the game came out.
Yeah.
The number of things that I have in Dying Light 1 are ridiculous.
I played the hell out of Dying Light 1. I love that game. Yeah.
And it was funny because they would come in and be like, "Oh, hey, hold on, let us jump into your game," and they would jump into the game and then just drop, and their character would just
like
vomit
cool stuff. Yeah.
Vomit gold weapons, money, and stuff, and they're like, "Here, here's the rule."
That's awesome.
Because they kept seeing me take other people through the game, right?
Yeah.
But I've always been adamant that I don't want to play the game for them. I am simply there to help out.
Yeah.
If they get down, pick them back up. If they're a little overwhelmed, clear some things out.
Except on Thursday, you're going to carry my ass to the DLC.
We're going right through. Yeah.
But that's okay, though, because I will go back and play it again because that game has so much, replayability. So
I'm on my third New Game Plus.
Yeah.
Because first game in, right? If you want to keep your stuff, you have to play New Games Plus. You can replay it and start from ground zero, but I want all of my shit in there. I want all my abilities.
Yeah.
It's weird. I tried to go back and play it from ground zero. I was like, no. I waited for New Games Plus. I did my first one with all survivors, right? Just Survivor. I did the next one balanced Survivor and PK, right? Got a different ending. And then on this, my third run through, and I'm doing it all PK. Just supporting the PKs, that's it. Because your choices do dictate and determine how the game
ends. Yeah. How
and
many
it's
endings are
wild.
there? How many endings are there? 6?
So far, I am hoping to get to my third.
I think there's 6 endings, if I remember correctly. But it definitely does vary depending on who you save, who you kill, what decisions you make. It's definitely one of those type of games, and I actually like those type of games because that was like Mass Effect for me. Like Mass Effect was the same way. Like I was hardcore into Mass Effect, and I cannot wait for the new game too. But and speaking of games that I cannot wait for, God of War Ragnarok is coming out on Odin's Day, which is also my birthday, which is also the night of the blood moon. Which is also interesting because it actually at 11:59 p.m. on Tuesday night, we are going to have a full-on planetary alignment and blood moon. So basically what's going to happen is the moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, the sun, and I think Saturn are all lined up. And it's the first time in like 235 years that it's happened. And then the weird thing about it is, though, it is a full lunar blood moon eclipse. So we're going to have that on Tuesday night, of course, the day of voting. So, hey, that's fun. But also rolling into my birthday, which in Norse mythology, the night of a blood moon is also that means that one of the gods died. So that's also an interesting little fact, and it's going into Odin's Day. It's also my birthday, and we're going to be playing God of War. And I also got the collector's edition. I was lucky enough to get my hands on the collector's edition controller. And
oh, nice, dude.
And the Jotun edition, which comes with Thor's hammer, but not like the Thor in the MCU, like the legit Thor's hammer. And inside of it has all the DLC. It has all these cool skins for boy, and all the other stuff too. So we're gonna have it's gonna be really awesome. The one sad part about it for me is that I'm gonna get so invested in that fucking game, and then the next day I'm gonna be like, all right, well, let's play Dying Light, and then I gotta go to Hawaii.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna have to come back and be like, what the fuck am I doing? But if you got and I don't know if you've seen too, DJ, across the board, there is not one review for God of War that has come out that isn't a perfect 10.
Right.
They said it surpasses the original, which the original was so good, dude. It was so good. And I don't even know how they're going to surpass that, because the story was just so fucking epic.
Yeah.
And obviously Thor is the protagonist in this one. He's hunting down Kratos because, spoilers, if you haven't played the first game, get good. It's way past that point of spoilers now, but I'm going to say it one more time. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Basically, you fuck up a lot of the gods, and Odin gets the shit kicked out of him a lot. And so I won't tell you in detail, but the other flip side of it is the Freya Thor relationship, because Freya is pissed at you because you already killed one of her sons. And well, actually, I think you killed 2 of her sons no, it was just no. How many sons did you kill? You killed, because I know there was the duo group that you killed in that cavern, remember? And that was her sons too. Yeah. And I know Boulder, of course, because he was fucking crazy. But yeah, it might have been 3 sons you killed in the first game, and then the only one left is Thor. And so now Thor is like hunting you down, trying to kill you. And Fenrir is in it, which is a huge one for me because Fenrir is actually on my family crest. So yes, between Fenrir and my Drake, yes, all the above. So I'm really excited for this. This is like my culture, and Scottish and Norwegian and Nordic. I'm really excited for it. So that's on Wednesday. Then also on Thursday, DJ, we also have the first time since Sega Dreamcast an open world Sonic game.
Right?
And the reviews
I'm surprised
have come
it's
out.
Taken this long for them to do it.
Yeah, well, the reviews, Sonic Adventure was really cool, and it was also unique, because you remember on Dreamcast, they had those little memory cards where you could take the Chow out, remember? It was like a Tamagotchi, and you could feed it and then take it back and put it in the game. Yep. So it's interesting because, I still say this to this day, that if Sega would have released the Dreamcast 2 years later, they would still be in the console running with Nintendo, with
they were
PlayStation.
They were ahead of their time. And
they were way ahead of their time. 2 years ahead, because they had the first modem, they had the first hardcore CD games, and they also kind of started that early with Sega Saturn. But Sega Saturn was a huge flop because people didn't have CD players. We still weren't even getting there wasn't even anti-skip yet. People were paying $500 for those, so it was a little pricey. Yeah, dude. Can you imagine that? I don't even know the last time I've seen a CD.
Oh, like a little Discman?
Yeah. Even like a Walkman or any of that.
It was so expensive to get a CD player in your car. And I remember in my in both of my cars, I had a tape player, right?
Yep.
And so my parents' Buick and then my Maverick had a tape player that I plugged the cassette in and sat a pillow. Right,
Mm-hmm.
I got a small throw pillow and sat the Discman on it,
and then plugged it in with a cable,
and then plugged it in with the little tape that goes in there.
Yep. And then it always sounded like shit, but you were like, I don't give a fuck.
God. Well, especially if
or
your
you go
car
over a speed bump and you didn't have anti-skip, and it would be like, "Brah," and then all of a sudden your music would stop.
Yeah. Well, and the worst part is you could hear the inside turning, all the little wheels turning while you're playing music. It was awful. It was hilariously awful.
Yeah, no, it definitely, and I remember too, because I actually had my CD player stolen out of my Camaro, because I had a Camaro and I had the tape deck, and I ended up saving up money and got a CD player inside my in my Camaro. But you remember like the Camaros, like the 80 Camaros, how they had the hatchback and you would open them up and they had that like that round off and then it dipped down and it was like a well in the back. Like the trunk was like weird. Like it had like that hump and the frame was just built weird. But my total jerry rig setup, I took house speakers and like they were really nice house speakers, but they were the stand box. So they had the two big like 10s and then the little tweeter on top. And I took one of those and I got regular like house like cable, ran it underneath the carpet, went underneath the door, brought it up, and I shattered my back window.
Yep.
Shattered it. Yep. Blew it out. And then I had to get a new window. and then I got it professionally installed at this place called Audio Express, the home of the $1 install. And, and I went in there.
Those places.
Yeah, right. And I went in, got it installed. They're like, what the fuck did you try to do here? And I'm like, look, you know, I got it all set up, parked out in front of my house, went inside, got some food, came out, went to my friend's house, parked in front of his house. And that's how long I had the new stereo system. Somebody broke into the window, freaking yanked the whole deck out. Because that's when, remember, they were the pull-out decks?
Yep.
Like, you'd have to pull the whole piece out. Ripped it straight out and took off. Yeah.
Sucks.
And it was like $1,200. And back then, that was like top of the line. Like, it was a Sony deck. It was super nice. And it was 5-disc CD changer. I was very excited about it. Very excited about it. So, yes. And then we all had that portfolio book with all the CDs inside the folder.
The Bible.
Yeah, the CD Bible, yeah. So, God, dude, that brings back a lot of memories, actually.
Right?
Jesus Christ.
We just went down a rabbit hole there.
Yeah, we did. Well, you know, there's nothing better than listen to Rob Zombie Dragula while you're in a Camaro doing donuts in the desert when you're 16. So, you know, that's fun.
Also true. Also true. My only claim to fame is having fit 4 people in a CRX and drove all the way to the Canita, which is the hot springs, which is like, I don't know.
Is that a gay bar?
90. No, but no, me and my best friend would sit in the front because we were taller than our girlfriends. I know, weird that I had a girlfriend. She's dead now. But in the back.
What the
sorry.
fuck? What the fuck? That transition was horrible, DJ. Horrible.
We would put our girlfriends in the back of the CRX. You know, it just had that little area.
Yeah.
And so we'd make them lay down in it, and then we would drive places, downtown Portland or out to Canita.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, and in hindsight, all it would have taken was a small gust of wind in the wrong direction, and all 4 of us would have been dead.
Yeah.
Because that car was basically tinfoil and a turbo engine.
Yep. Yeah, I had a friend who had one of those VW Bugs, but it was like the old school one that you could literally got 4 friends, and you could pick up the whole fucking vehicle. And we had these giant dirt tires on it, and we would go out in the sand washes out in the desert, and he would drive that thing, and it had the big exhaust out the back. Like,
oh, fuck.
Dude, it was a cool little car, but dude, I remember one time we got stuck, and we all 4 of us got out and just picked it up by the wheel well and just pulled it out and then set it down. That thing was so light, dude. It had no roll bar. Like, it was so fucking dangerous. Like, nowadays, like, everything's so PR. Anybody that even saw that car would shit their pants.
Yeah.
Like, it had no airbags. It was literally the frame, 4 seats, and just go. Yeah, it was crazy. Oh, man. Good times. Good times. Oh, man, we did so much stupid shit, man. Like,
that's the joy of not having the technology now that back then. Because if we did have the technology back then that we have now, we would all be so arrested so quickly. We would have done so many stupid things.
Yeah.
I'm glad that we didn't have what we have now back then.
I mean, dude, I'm not even going to lie. Like, when I was a kid, I was a shithead. Like, dude, I 100% agree with you. We didn't have technology. We had cars, and we had our friends, and we skateboarded, and we rollerbladed. We freaking, went out in the desert. We shot guns. Like, that was just what we did. Like, there was nothing else to do. So we just, we went hiking, and we went up north, went to Slide Rock, which is like this. Which, by the way, if you ever come to Arizona, I got to take you to Slide Rock. Basically, it is a giant nature-made slide. It's made out of rock. But,
Hell yeah.
But it's filled with green algae in the inside, so it's like super slippery. So basically, you get in your bathing suit and you slide down this thing and you haul ass, dude. It's like 100-foot slide. And you just slide down and then you land in this giant pool of water. And it's crystal clear and there's a waterfall. It's really cool. It's up north in Arizona. But anyway, like stuff like that. Like that's what we did, you know? But now if you get kids like my daughter, like every single time, it's so funny. Which I was actually, the whole thing about Hawaii is, right? So I wanted to go to Disney World. I wanted to go to Scotland. And for my 40th birthday, because I've never been to Scotland, but I've been all over Europe. And I never got to go to Scotland because when my grandfather passed away, I was in the military. So I was like, you know what? Like, it would be really cool. And there was a whole thing with the family. Everybody was fighting over money and his land and his property. And like,
oh, God.
You know how that shit goes. It's just horrible.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's, you know, like becomes vultures and comes out of the woodworks. Oh, I knew Grandpa the whole time. Who the fuck are you?
Yeah, who are you and where did you come from?
Yeah, and it's always funny because when money gets involved, people are always like that. So it's, but basically, long story short, I was overseas and I was actually in the will. They actually wrote me out of the will because he was,
oh, fuck.
Yeah, and I was supposed to get everything. I was his favorite. And my grandpa was extremely loaded. He served in World War II. He had a bunch of like expensive coins and all this other stuff. So, $1.2 million worth of stuff. Basically, everybody just vultures went in, scooped everything up. And by the time I got out of the military, I found out about it because at that time I was in Afghanistan. And so when I got out and I was back home, I found out about all this shit. I was like, what the fuck, dude? Like, I was so heartbroken about the whole thing because there was so much stuff that I wanted. Like my dad actually had this piano that he took from my grandfather and ended up fucking selling it. I'm like, what the fuck? This thing's from World War II. Like this, what the fuck? He actually got it in a German house for helping save a family. And they gave it to him as payment for saving their lives. And they were actually two Jewish couples that were hiding under the floorboards. And he basically went into the house and it was like it was a whole thing. Like there's a whole story behind it. But yeah, really crazy stuff. And my uncle actually was involved with pretty much what's equivalent to the Underground Railroad in Scotland to London. So there's like a whole story with that, and he was also a fighter pilot and really cool. I mean, like my grandpa was awesome. Kilt wearing, scotch drinking, cigar smoking, like get over here, woman. Like he was that type of person. Like you know, when you see like he reminded me a lot of How to Kill an Axe, or I Married an Axe Murderer, the dad in that when Michael Myers. Yeah, yes, that's what he reminded me of. But a lot, not now. Put your head down.
Look at that head. It's like Sputnik.
Yeah, exactly. So
I gotta go watch that fucking movie.
Yeah, I watched it the other day.
One of my favorite movies ever.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Dude, Michael Myers just did a new show on Netflix, and it was fucking weird, dude. Did you watch it?
No, I have not.
Oh God, it is weird. I mean, he did all the different parts and stuff like he normally does. But there's rumors that he's doing another Austin Powers, which would be kind of interesting now in this day.
Hilarious.
And also to see how people take it because everybody's so PC and bleh, you know.
Yeah.
Back then we could have Britney Spears shooting cannons out of her boobs. Now it would be an uproar, you know.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. So, but in general, all the new stuff that's coming out in this day and age. Like, kids don't have to do anything. They have everything at their fingertips. Like, I remember when we had LimeWire and Napster and we had to download our music. You know what I mean? And now Metallica is embracing it and like, oh, it's fine. Go ahead. You remember when you were suing everybody because they were using Napster?
Yeah, thanks, asshole. You gave us DMCA, you fuck.
Oh, my God. Yeah, they really are the reason why we have all that. Because they threw that big fucking shit fit. And you know what? I get protecting artists' music and rights. I understand that, right? But you know what? Like, there's a fine point of just making ridiculous amounts of money and then just appreciating your fans. You know, somebody who's really good about that is Harry Styles. Like, he is really good about that. He doesn't even give a shit. He's like, you know what? Download my music, enjoy it, do what you're doing. And he's so good to people when he's at his concerts and everything else. Yeah. We actually have somebody who's in our community that's obsessed with him, goes to every one of his shows, no matter where it's at. And
that's awesome.
She's like, I'm gonna marry him one day. I'm like, good luck. but just in general, it's just it's you know, that fan passion is so cool. So it's really awesome. But yeah, I don't even know where the fuck we were going with this tangent.
I'm not sure either. It's just
it just kind of went off the rails like usual.
Yes.
So well, I guess, you know, obviously next week, we're both going to be busy next Monday. So I'm going to be gone in Hawaii, and well, actually you're not busy next week, but but you know what? I think that next Monday, no matter what, we're probably not going to record the podcast. I'll leave it up to you, DJ, but you could do a show without me if you wanted to. I can give you the overlays and everything for OBS, and you can gladly do it yourself if you'd like. And then we can actually, because you know how to do all that, I'm assuming, right? You know how to record a podcast. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. You just make a scene, put the overlay on, put our Discord in there, and go.
Yes.
And push record.
I feel like we need to have both of us there for that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it might shake it up a little bit. Maybe have somebody new on the show that you know that we haven't had on, or you know, I don't know. Fuck. I have no idea. I'm gonna be in Hawaii. I'm not gonna be paying attention. Yeah. But yes, I need this. I needed this vacation because it's not just my birthday, and that's also why it's also really meaningful to me. Because I told you this, like basically at our wedding, like all of our money was stolen right out of our gift basket. A large, yeah, dude. I never told you the story.
No.
So, dude, we had our wedding 5 years ago, and we've been together almost 8 years. 8 years in May. And 5 years ago, we got married. We had our closest friends. Everybody was there. But, you know, there were some plus ones, and there were some other friends of friends, and, you know, family was there, and from all sides. You know, it was from Nay's family, my family. And we actually had it in my mom's backyard, my mom and dad's backyard, because their backyard is like a tropical jungle. It's insane. So we had the whole thing. My mom set it up, and we had our wedding. And then we had like the gift basket, you know, like people drop their cards in there, you know, congratulating us. And most of the time it's like gift cards and money and all that stuff. You know, it's just part of weddings. Because originally me and Nate didn't even want a wedding, but everybody was like, Nay's mom was like, no, you have to do it. You have to at least do it once. And then we're like, well, then are you going to pay for it? Because we don't want to. We just want to go to Vegas and get hitched. And we crack about it all the time because we're like, man, we should have just fucking done that. But
yeah,
because
that's fucked up, dude.
Well, one of the bridesmaids also, because I hate cake. I can't stand the consistency of cake or cupcakes. Can't do it. It's that spongy texture. I can't eat it. It's just weird to me.
More cake for us then.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't mind that. Like, that's the way it's always been my whole life, right? But I love cheesecake. Love cheesecake. Because cheesecake is just fucking good. I don't care who you are. If you don't like cheesecake, something's wrong with you. Cake, I can understand the texture, but cheesecake is just fantastic. So, anyway, one of the bridesmaids fucking straight up promised to do the cheesecake. She was going to make the cheesecake because I hate cake. That was her wedding gift to us. Fucking shows up, dude, with fucking cupcakes from the goddamn fucking store. Bailed out on Nay last minute. Fucking was just extreme drama. Just bullshit. It's like, what the fuck? Yeah. What the fuck? Like, you know what? And especially on the wedding day, you know, you could have went and bought a cheesecake. No. You could have got a fancy one made, paid a little extra. You fucked up. All right, cool. You couldn't make it. I get it, right? But you straight up fucking bailed out on Nay. And then that's when I got mad, and I was just pissed, right? My friend, because we had vegans at our actual wedding, my friend made vegan cheese, made vegan meat, like all this stuff. Cool. So that way, and he basically provided all the meat. That was his wedding gift. Full on fucking buffet, did everything for the wedding. It was fantastic. Then my other friend bought all the booze. So that was fucking awesome. And so, like, literally everybody else came through. Everybody else did what they were supposed to do except her. So it put Nay in a funk, and then she was all pissed. And then we had to calm her down. And she didn't want to say anything because she didn't want to stir up shit with the other person. So then she started drinking. Then I started drinking. And then we were I'm not joking, dude. I'm not joking.
This just keeps getting better.
We had 2 handles of Jack. Me and my friend drank 2 handles of Jack. I have no idea how. But at the end of the night, and we always make this joke, Nay's maid of honor and also her best friend, she's fucking hilarious. She goes, well, now I know why you dated Kyle, because he literally is a female version of me, and you just wanted to fuck me, so I get it.
Wow.
Wow. And so she's just fucking hilarious like that. She's just so funny. But anyway, so she just absolutely great the whole trip. Fucking, she helped out with everything, like getting everything from the trip from our house to my mom's house. She was so awesome. She flew in from New York, and so everybody was great except this one bridesmaid, right? And so we got drunk. We were just fucking irritated with her. Then Nay's sister talks about how we broke the bed. That's a whole nother story in itself. And she brings that up drunk in front of grandma and grandpa and everybody. And we're like, shut up, Rochelle.
Oh my God.
So anyway, it was just fun. It was funny. We actually did have a really good time. And all in all, we made the best of the day.
Yeah.
But what ended up sucking was all of us drank. And so we had this basket that was right by the front door. Well, some people started leaving early, but we were already drunk. And we were just enjoying our wedding. We were dancing and doing whatever. And we still have an ongoing joke because that night, like, you know, how you consummate your marriage, blah, 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 blah. That's like standard, whatever, right?
Right.
People always say that. Well, me and her bridesmaid were starving after getting drunk. So we went to Filiberto's, which is a 24-hour Mexican food place. It was like 2 a.m.
Oh, God.
Me and her fell asleep head to head on the couch together. Why Nay and her husband went to go get the food and they came back. So now it's been an ongoing joke. I didn't even sleep with my own wife on my wedding night. But then the next morning, when we started going through all the cards and stuff, we only had like 10 cards. And we're like, what the fuck? And we started going through, and literally we noticed that like all the cards were missing. And then it was the awkward situation of reaching out to the guests and being like, hey, thank you guys so much. And they're like, oh, did you like this and this? And I hope you used that gift card. And I hope you used this. And we're like, we never got that. They're like, what do you mean? And we're like, well, unfortunately, somebody stole shit. So basically, we were going to use all that money to go on a honeymoon. Long story short,
Yeah.
which wasn't short at all. But we were going to go on a honeymoon with that money, and we never got to go. So this Hawaii trip is a honeymoon, 5-year anniversary, and my birthday
that's cool.
all in one. And my daughter, you know, she's 14, but, you know, both Nay and her have never left the continental U.S. They've never been anywhere outside of the landlocked. They've basically been in the United States. And, you know, and then so going to Hawaii, you don't even feel like you're in the United States. It's so fucking weird when you go there because it's like,
it's beautiful.
it's just so, it's relaxing. It's beautiful. The food is amazing. The culture is awesome. And we're gonna go snorkeling. We're gonna do the sea turtle thing. We're gonna do dolphins. We're gonna do all that stuff, right? So it's gonna be a really cool experience for them because I've been to Hawaii 7 times. They have never been. So this is a really cool experience to give to them, you know, for the anniversary honeymoon.
That's cool.
And then, so it's a really cool thing. So it's just it's gonna be an awesome experience all the way around. And we paid for it 2 months ago because money was good then, and then streaming has been very slow the last 2 months, of course, after I buy this vacation. So yeah, that's why I have the dono goal in my stream, and that's what we're gonna be trying to raise money for for this whole excursion, just so, you know, we're not like, oh my God, we're fucking broke, you know. Because the life of a streamer, you know, and content creator.
Well,
fuck it. Every day, every month is a new day, and it's like, shit, I'm great. Oh my God, I lost everything. You know what I mean? And it's just, and it's based on economy and everything else. And you know, so
it's a whole bunch of fun.
Yeah, everybody goes through personal shit, so you know that's just part of it. So that's what I'm gonna be doing for the next 2 days. We're gonna be doing that. Then we're gonna play with DJ. We're gonna play Ding Light, and then Thursday night at 3:00, which DJ has an assignment. He has to watch Wakanda Forever before I get back from Hawaii so we can talk about it, because the reviews have been coming in and they're really good. Now, I hated the first Black Panther movie, and a lot of people are like, what the fuck? How? That movie was so great. I feel like it really strayed away from the character as a whole as Black Panther, because Black Panther is one of my favorite characters.
Right.
And they also killed two of his main villains.
Yep.
In the first movie, Killmonger and Claw. So I was just like, you know what? Like, where are they going to go from here? You know what I mean? What the fuck are they going to do? And obviously, I love the Namor story. And I'm really excited that they made him a mutant instead of an alien, which is definitely a derivative from the story. And he's also the king of Atlantis, which the Atlantis people and Wakandans both fight over the vibranium. And they both think that they own claim to that. And then, obviously, I think the premise of the story is because the Black Panther died, and I don't know how they're going to handle that in the movie, because obviously Chadwick Boseman passed away. We know there's going to be some twists. We're also getting Ironheart, so we're going to get our first taste of an Iron Man character in a while, but Ironheart is basically... How they do this story without Tony Stark is going to be very interesting, or maybe they'll still have Tony Stark as a AI, which they had him in the comic books, which would be really cool because then Downey can come back. I don't know. Honestly, there's a lot of stuff that can happen, but this is the other significance about this movie is this is the last movie, DJ, in Phase 4.
Yeah, which is going to be huge.
Yes, yeah, and a lot of people are like. Kind of pissed though, because supposedly there is no end credit scene. Because you know how every Marvel movie has an end credit scene.
Always, yeah.
But I guess because of the pace of the movie, they answer all the questions and lead into the next movies all in the movie. So there was no need for it. That's what he said. And he said it's such an emotional movie. And it's the second longest Marvel movie. It's 2 hours and 47 minutes.
Jesus.
Yes. So there's a lot in there. So in 2 hours and 40, that's almost as long as Endgame, because Endgame I think was 3 hours and 10 minutes or 12 minutes, something like that. So yeah, it's a long movie. So we're going to be sitting in there for a while. But yeah, that's basically how I'm finishing off my Thursday. Then I come home, I wrap up the last bit of packing, and then next morning we leave to go to Hawaii for 6 days. And then, so that's why obviously there won't be a podcast with me, but DJ is also going out of town on Friday too. So, yeah,
I've got to be down in Hollywood.
Yeah. So what are you doing exactly? Can you talk about it?
Yeah. So I am one of the hosts. I'm the co-host and the shoutcaster for Landfest's celebrity charity fundraiser for the Boys and Girls Club of Hollywood. Hold on.
Did you meet them? You met Landfest or have you worked with them before? Did you meet them at TwitchCon when we were doing the TwitchCon stuff?
Yeah, I met them at TwitchCon.
Nice. Yeah, they're awesome. So is it Donor Drive or is it Landfest?
It's Landfest.
Nice.
Well,
nice.
And that's the thing. Like I met them at the Intel party.
Yes.
Yeah. Because my friend that I've worked with before, DreamHack, was working there at that event and was like, "Hey, I got somebody that wants you to meet."
What's her name that works with them? That used to be on Mixer. Really short.
Oh, Cute Noob.
Cute Noob. There you go. Yeah. I always forget her gamer tag. I know her real name.
She's a sweetheart.
Yeah, but she works for them too as well. So that's kind of cool.
So she and I are going to be co-hosting.
Nice.
And then I'm going to be shoutcasting their Overcooked 2, and then Fall Guys, and then Rocket League.
Oh my God, that is a mixed
and it's
bag
all
of games.
in one day.
Wow, that is a long day of shoutcasting. Yeah.
Yep.
But you know what though? That'll be fun, though. Fall Guys will be funny to shoutcast for because then you can just like laugh and goof around.
It's hilarious. It's just that I've got to make sure I'm in PG mode.
Yeah.
So I'm going to spend the whole week not swearing.
Well, good fucking luck.
Yeah.
Now you know how it feels when your community comes in and says you can't cuss for an hour.
Oh yeah, no, and that's everybody's like, "Hey, can we do that thing that we saw on Drake's channel?" Like,
oh my God, yeah. You're welcome. I hope they do it to you.
Yeah, I'm gonna do bits. I'm gonna make it all bits. You have to, yeah.
Dude, they love doing that to me. Like coming in and they know that it's a game that I rage out on, and they'll come in and they're like, "No cursing." Oh, and by the way, baby Drake. Oh, and by the way, here's this, and they'll just like mess with me nonstop. It's actually kind of funny, but also at the same time, it really sucks because it is so hard not to cuss in Call of Duty. Which, speaking of, honest opinion, I know we were live when we played it, but we didn't play Dying Light on Friday. We ended up playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
Yes.
And we played the multiplayer. And next week, while I'm gone, well, the day before I come back, they're actually launching the Battle
2.
Pass Warzone 2, which is in the new graphics and the new engine, supposedly anti-cheat. So that'll be
nice.
interesting. Warzone 1 is still going to be active because they're not transferring anything from Warzone 1 to Warzone 2. So you're going to be able to have both. It comes free, just like the other one did. But DJ, first reaction to the game, jumping in, playing with us. What did you think of multiplayer?
Oh, I loved it. I thought it was great. I also think I suck at it. I'm really glad I turned off in-game chat so I didn't have to hear other motherfuckers yelling at me. But I'll start no swearing tomorrow.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, no, it was amazing. I had a fucking blast.
You're gonna have to get the rubber band and start snapping your wrist like a smoker every time you cuss. God damn it.
Right? Oh God, it's gonna be bad.
Yeah, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. I've seen you do so many PG events. I mean, when we did the Fortnite stuff, we were always PG.
Oh yeah.
That was hard. That was hard. But we would always spin it and still be dirty. That was the fun part.
Oh yeah.
Especially with your cock.
I just know that right. My big red chicken. My big red chicken. I should probably bring a couple of rubber chickens with me.
Yeah, you should. Just to mess around.
Definitely.
Yep. But yeah, I mean, honestly, like this week is going to be pretty chaotic and all over the place, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think you're going to have fun at LANFest. I think that's going to be
it's going to be a blast.
And where is it going to be located at in Hollywood? What are you going to where are they doing it at?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Let me check. Let me check on the website. Let me look at the website. Honestly, I should know this.
I didn't read the email. He's like, I was just excited to be a part of it.
I just know they're picking me up at the airport.
Okay, well that works. I've done events like that too. I'm like, where the fuck am I going? And they're like, oh, we're just gonna pick you up. I'm like, okay, cool. No, that makes sense. But
here it is. We've got events coming up.
God, the next 2 days are gonna be so cram-packed with like different games and stuff. I don't even know what the fuck I'm playing tonight, to be honest. I'm just like looking because like there's so much stuff out, and Apex just had their new Legend come out, which is really cool. That was the one I was telling you about last week about how it's like a witch, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
She controls antimatter, which is really fucking unique and different. And then Fortnite just has a bunch of big updates because the new season's starting in December. And then last week I grinded out all of my Destiny Halloween stuff. So I got my badge, my seal, and the ship for grinding it out. So I got all that done. Dude, I was busy last week in games. It was good. I actually was. And you know, it's funny because, you know, even Nay, she was like watching my stream. She's like, you know, you don't really pay attention to chat as much when you play Call of Duty. I'm like, yeah, because I'm focused. I'm competitive.
Yeah.
Dude, but I was kicking ass, dude. I'm actually really good at that game. Like,
oh yeah.
And so it brings back my competitive nature because, you know, I used to play Halo 2 professionally. So like that kind of, it stirs my bones. Like I wish Halo was like that again, man.
Yeah.
I miss that competitive nature in Halo. And hopefully over the next year they sort out their shit. I hope that like 343, because they're a great company. They just need to stop overpromising and underdelivering. I feel like that's the big thing. Like they're leading up. But doesn't the new patch come out like this week for that?
Yes. So that's going to come out tomorrow. So Forge comes out tomorrow, and we've got a whole lot of things we're going to start.
Co-op, right? But not online co-op, just split screen. I thought they announced that.
No. Campaign network co-op. Split screen is gone. It is not possible right now.
Oh, so they're doing online.
Yeah, you can. Like, we can team up with up like 4 or 5 people.
Well, as long as it's online, because who gives a shit about this? I mean, honestly, realistically, how many people sit next to each other on the couch now anymore? Like, it doesn't really happen that often anymore. Like, that was an old thing. Like, that's when we had to go through Xbox Connect and hook up all our Xboxes with LAN cables. Like, we don't do that shit anymore. You know, it's unless you're in a competitive, you know, setup. But I'm kind of I don't really care about the split screen, to be honest. But online multiplayer live tomorrow. Forge, which is going to be huge. Like that in itself. I've already seen people do some crazy stuff. like
wild
the beta.
stuff.
Like I've seen people like with beta access, and they were like building out. Like I think I just saw that somebody built out the entire first area of Elden Ring.
Yep.
In Forge for Halo. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, that's dude, that's like Minecraft level shit, but with good graphics and not annoying or boring.
Yeah, right. There we go.
I don't know how people play Minecraft. That's like a kid's game to me. I can't.
It just drives me nuts. I can't.
Well, you know what? Like, if I was a little
Minecraft.
kid, I get it. It's like Legos online, right?
Yeah.
I get it, right? That makes sense. It actually is good for them creatively to be able to do stuff like that. Because even my daughter played it, but I wouldn't play with her.
Right? No.
I was like,
no.
I'm going to get you onto good games. Now, guess what my daughter's playing, by the way? You ready for this? You're going to fucking die laughing with what she's playing.
Uh-oh.
Because it came out on Game Pass. She's playing Persona 5, dude. I walked in and I'm like, what the fuck are you playing? And I just see Twilight prostitute. She's battling the Twilight prostitute.
I'm like, there's so
what
many.
the fuck are you doing? There's so many innuendos in that game, and like just weird levels, and it's such a weird like Japanese style game, and it's the first time on Xbox, which is really exciting actually. But
Did you ever play Did you ever play Dante's Inferno?
Oh yeah, I love Dante's Inferno. It's one
That
of my
game
favorite
is
games.
straight up NC-17,
dude.
Like when you're fighting Satan himself at the very end, he's just naked, dick swinging.
Yep.
Just big old, just uncut floppy cock.
Still
Just
to the day. Still to this
I'm
day,
like,
those babies that crawl on the ground, dude. And I think it was Glutton. Was it Glutton? Because you had to fight all the different, sins. But you go through that area with Glutton, and it's just like, god. Oh.
And I'm pretty sure I've streamed Dante's Inferno before, but now I'm just like, I don't know if I should do that.
Dude, you know what they should do? Like straight up, and I don't know why they haven't done it. They should make a Dante Inferno type game, but like Elden Ring. That would be amazing.
That would be interesting.
Like, and because open world and the like being able to like go into like the big bosses were always fucking hard, but you had to do all the puzzles and stuff.
Yeah.
But like mix platforming with like Elden Ring, dude, and make a Dante's Inferno. Holy shit, that would be amazing. I would love that.
Yeah.
That'd be so
wild.
much fun. So game developers, dude, I should have fucking been a game developer. I literally do coding and websites and graphic design and everything else in between, and I'm an artist too. So it's like I have every skill to do it, but I didn't go because I had a full. I don't know if I ever told you this. I had a full ride scholarship to Full Sail University, and I didn't take it because I just had too much shit going on in my life, and they also wanted me to go out to Florida to go work in the at the university campus and everything else, and they also wanted to give me a MacBook Pro, and I was like, nah, that's okay. That's where I draw the line.
Fuck.
I fucking hate Apple, dude, so much. I hate people that design on Apple. I can't do it, dude. Like everybody's like, oh, it's so much better. I'm like, dude, PC, come on, man. Like only rich, snobby, like people use MacBook Pros or DJs.
Or there we go, or DJs.
Yeah,
that's the key right there.
But even now, PC is still better than Mac, and like
except not for DJing. That shit will fuck up sideways so fast.
Well, that's because all your stuff is set up for Mac. But if you were starting fresh,
I have blue screened in front of a crowd of about 2,000 people. I will never use another Windows device, another Windows laptop, ever. Now Windows PC, that's a different thing, but that's not portable.
Well, that's why you get a gig that you don't have to worry about that. Then you just have a desktop there. Boom. Which we need to make happen here in Arizona. So that way you move here.
Well, I just need to come there and DJ for a weekend once.
Yeah.
Once a month.
We need to make that happen. And also too, so one thing that we need to do, look, we're going on a total fucking tangent. But,
I know.
But
you've got to get on stream.
Yeah, it's whatever. They're used to it. DST, Drake Standard Time. We do need to get in and play some games with iPuppy, me, you, and him, and just goof around and just do a stream all together. I think that would be a lot of fun. But also on the flip side of it too, get in, maybe play some Overwatch with Wes, because we did that the other night and it was a lot of fun actually.
Wes needs to, and Wes has Dying Light 2.
Oh, he does.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
We should definitely play it with him.
Yeah, no, that would be fun. Maybe we can get that figured out for Thursday. I'll reach out to him after the podcast recording before I go live and just be like, hey, dude, like we're gonna be playing Dying Light 2. Does he have it? He's a PC guy. He doesn't have Xbox, so
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, yeah, we'll figure it out. See, look, this literally, like, we're making
Planning.
plans. We're making plans.
Planning.
Things happen.
I need more coffee.
All
right. Yeah. So I need more coffee and lunch.
That's how you know the podcast done. I need more coffee, and he's holding his knees.
Yep. So I have to.
Look,
the first 2 cups of coffee that I've drank have worked their way through, and I normally have a movement.
Oh, he's got the morning.
And
poops.
now I've got the
He's got the morning poops.
I need to go drop a deuce.
Yeah, so he's holding it in. All right. So
Yep.
So with that, that's how we're ending the podcast. DJ's got a poop. You guys can follow us on pardonthedistraction.com. Also, to make sure you guys tune in for our 2 new latest episodes, which will be live later tonight. And also, make sure you guys watch as many of them as you fucking can, because we are this close to getting partnership. We have until the end of this year to hit that goal, so please watch them through, because if we get partnership, that also means more stuff for you guys too, and we can do some really cool giveaways. DJ, where can they find you?
You can find me at DJBluePDX on all the things and in all the places. Yes. There we go.
And the link trees and the toilets.
Yes, and I'm gonna go blow one up right now. Not a link tree, but a toilet. God, everything I just said is terrible.
All the above. That was almost as bad as Elon Musk. All right, and that's my.
Wow.
I stuck it in there at the end. Oh my God, we were gonna talk about it this whole podcast, and I just remembered as we were ending. But yes, I'm the Lost Drake. You can find me everywhere. I hope I see you guys all in the birthday stream and with DJ and me on Thursday for Dying Light. And as always, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and we love you. Peace.
All right, peace.
Bye.
You can see my scar.
What?